Spring is here, folks. It's almost 8 p.m. and it's still light out. That's amazing. I wanted to talk about my little food tour in Japan because I miss it so much, and I know it's kind of unrelated to my channel, but I don't really care. First off, we have this super affordable traditional Japanese breakfast spot. It's a franchise, so the set meals are so consistent no matter which location you go to, and you can add on a raw egg, more green onions, etc. It is so filling, such a bang for your buck. Unagi, aka eel spot. I'm not much of a sweets person. I'm more of like a salty and savory kind of person, but so I've never really enjoyed eel, but this place is so freaking good. It's about $25 per set of unagi. I've never heard of this place before. My little brother did the research and set up the reservation for us, and we were a party of 4 people, and we got a table because he called ahead. So if you know someone that can speak Japanese, have them call ahead, set up a reservation. It is not the tiniest establishment relative to all the other eateries in Japan, but I saw a line outside of people waiting. So yeah, this place is called Umami. I got to say, most of these places are gonna be in southern Japan, or like Osaka, Kyoto, and I think that's it. Some places from Tokyo that my brother got as souvenirs for us. Strawberry wrapped in mochi. My little brother picked this up for me, like this little box with 2 of them. It was about $8, I believe he said, and it was so freaking juicy, the strawberry, and the mochi was not too thick. It was just mildly sweet, and it was just like the perfect proportion. Wasabi on Wagyu. I know, it sounds crazy, but this was freaking delicious. Like, the wasabi cuts through the Wagyu fattiness, you know? It was just perfect. I would not have thought to put that on there. This place that we had gone to have this dish was pretty fancy. You can set up a reservation and you'll likely have a private room. You have a zabuton on top of a tatami mat. You take off your shoes. You don't know what the heck I'm talking about, Google it. But you can really tell this place has an elevated vibe, which explains the price. And this place is called Nikuhachi Tenmaten in Osaka. If you are even mildly interested in visiting Japan, you will have heard of 7-Eleven. I know we have 7-Eleven in the US, and if I had to rank it from least to best, like 7-Eleven wise, it's definitely least US mainland freaking 7-Eleven. I've gone to like some sketchy ass ones where you have to ask the cashier to open up certain refrigerators, like not the best. I've also gotten food poisoning when I had gone to our first 7-Eleven when we first immigrated to the US. Next would be Hawaii, and that jump from the US mainland 7-Eleven to Hawaii is such a huge jump because Hawaii's 7-Eleven has a lot of Asian influenced things and also like local Hawaiian influenced goods at 7-Eleven, so it's actually pretty good. You can get souvenirs there. And then the best would have to be Japan's 7-Eleven. This latte was super freaking affordable. It was warm. It was consistent flavor. And this is just like a generic 7-Eleven latte in an aluminum bottle. And it was just so good. And you see me here enjoying this crispy maguro tatakimaki. That seaweed was still so freaking crispy. The rice has a perfect texture, not hard, not dry, just like so fresh, you know? And it's from freaking 7-Eleven. Like, what the? Near our ryokan, once we got to that area, we had to wait like another hour or so to be able to check in at 3 p.m. And so the attendants at the hotel suggested, oh, you can leave your luggage here, but we're not ready to check you in, so why don't you go walk a little bit far up, and there's like a tea house and a coffee shop, whatever. So we stopped at the tea house, and I think the tea house's name was simply named tea house. I got this Earl Grey pudding, which is like such an interesting flavor, so subtle and not too sweet. It was just like so cute. Like I felt like I was eating a toy because it was so adorable. The cutest little dish. It almost felt like it was fake, this little cafe, because everything was so cutesy. In addition to the nightly fare, we added Kaiseki meals, which are basically small dishes that are curated, celebrating current season's harvest. Everything was just so manicured, and all the flavors were so palatable, not overpowering, and just so thought out. Like, amazing. The tofu in this little pot is just so beautiful and it was so good. And it's so simple. It's so clean, you know? And not like so clean where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm eating the most bland food because I'm trying to be healthy or anything like that. No, everything was still super flavorful. You can dip it in ponzu. I'm like drooling at the thought of that whole experience. I cannot wait to go back. We're near like the main Kyoto station where a lot of the tourists are as well, near the bamboo forest. And I don't remember what the soba place was called, but we were able to find a spot, tempura soba, and this frothy beer for lunch. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be frothy, but it was really, really good. It hit the spot. And at this soba spot, you get the full Japanese experience by taking off your shoes before you enter the restaurant, and then you put it in a little locker, you get a little key, and then you get seated. And I don't know, it just feels clean, and it just feels very homey and nostalgic, at least for me. When you are at the touristy area in Kyoto, you will see a lot of like street vendors, street food, and I put quotations around it because I feel like you could get it in other cities in Japan too, but I got this beautiful sakura, which is cherry blossom / matcha ice cream. I don't know what sakura ice cream is supposed to taste like, but it had like a little bit of a nutty flavor with a little bit of floral, I think, or maybe I'm imagining it in my head, but it was really good. I think it was around $5. Now we're back in Osaka, and I've been to this late night spot many times, and I think it's called Torinabetei or something like that. And this is where the locals go after work. Okay, I know they have multiple locations. Apparently it's a franchise, but this spot is kind of near Dotonbori, but it's like in the residential area. You have to walk like at least 15 minutes out of the main strip to get there, if you can find it. And you can smoke cigarettes in there. Not that I smoke cigarettes, but people smoke in there sometimes, and it's just like a hole-in-the-wall type feel place, and the menus are handwritten, so your Google Translate is not gonna work here. So I suggest, if you know someone that can speak Japanese and can read Japanese, to go with them, because I mean, with anywhere, if you're a foreigner, the locals will know you're a foreigner. But if you go to a not touristy spot and you are a foreigner and don't know a lick of Japanese, this is the type of spot that I feel like would be a little irritated by you. But don't be discouraged. If you can kind of manage it, go there, because you can get amazing hot pot for dirt cheap. You get so much food, and you also get like, the menu is huge. You also could get like yaki onigiri, which is like fried rice balls, variety of stuff on skewers, and cheap beer. Like, what more can you ask for? And lastly, this is footage that my little brother got for me while he was in Tokyo, because I didn't go to Tokyo this time around. And he found a place that could do latte art. So here we go. I mean, it's okay. Let's shuguru. You know, I'm like, maybe one day I can bring sugar there. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, latte art of my beloved sugar. That's fine, shuguru. You're supposed to make an appearance, Mimi. True. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I am doing a daily video, a daily shorts video challenge kind of thing that I put myself in, where I am teaching sugar what I do for a living for 30 days. So if you want to follow that, make sure you subscribe. That will be in shorts form, YouTube shorts form. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Peace.